This is October, I think it's the 13th. It's Friday morning, and I'm at the Rockford Access Road 01. Just trying to do a better job of documenting where I'm at so the people that are better with the maps can actually show where I'm at. But you know, they put down more of this crushed, it's actually shell rock, you know, a natural resource that they're putting in so they don't get stuck. And there's more of the party favors showing the utility lines. And the address here is 6822 Osceola Polk Line Road. And the address right next door is 6840. And actually this driveway goes way back. In one of my other videos, I show a high power line off in the distance. This is the high power line that goes back. You know, the video I just did, that's another view. You know, and you can see all the gas line markers and everything, you know, going down this utility easement. And this is the crossover where they get over to where I think the actual facility, the Central Florida hub, is going to be built. You know, and the only reason I say that, I am assuming some stuff, but it's because of the size of the land. And they filled it in, and they're doing some pile driving. You can vaguely hear it in the background. But one of the houses that I showed in the other video is that house back there, the tan one, the one with the motor home, and then the one in the very back is the guy that has a whole bunch of horses. Just to tie some of these videos together, I'm gonna walk over and see if I can talk to this lady walking down the driveway and see if she knows what's actually going on and what they may have told her was going to happen. She may not want to talk to me. It looks like she probably turned around and went the other way. Hello? She doesn't want to talk to me. She's going to go the other way. Wow. I don't know if that's good or bad, whether she's mad about the stuff going on over the street or whether she thinks I'm part of them or what. It's going to be hard to reach out to some of these people because I don't know what I know what I was told when they sent me a letter in the mail. Yeah, across the street you can see the dump truck back there, but I was told it was just a natural gas transmission line. It wouldn't be hooked up to no houses. Wasn't going to be no big deal. Yeah. Later on I find out it's fracking oil and methane running through this. But anyway, sorry, my mind is just all over the place. This is just overwhelming what they're doing. I'm gonna walk up and see what these little yellow flags are saying. They're calling it, I guess the people that work on this part would be the Central Florida Pipeline LLC, 800-537-8832. These are some flags that were way off in the distance in a previous video. You can see them maybe, yeah, way down the road. This pipeline comes out down by, I think it's down by Labor Camp Road, but I'll get to that down as I travel back to my home front. But I'm gonna walk on over here just so y'all know kind of what I'm talking about. That's my truck sitting there, so I can't really hide, but I'm not really looking to hide anyway. You know, I welcome their comments. Hope I can get it on tape. You know, I'll try to be as courteous and professional to them as I can be, even though I'm angry as ever. But this is, I'm walking up on another site that I did video. I put it out, I don't know, last week sometime. And I have a YouTube channel. It's called WeCan. You know, all of my videos, I'm trying to learn how to get them out all on YouTube, so they're all in one place. And then I got to figure out how to share them that way, but I'm going to figure it out. But this is a site where I talked about, and this is wetland, just to document, so that if we got complaints, we can document exactly where this stuff is happening. It's wetland 005. But this is one where I walked back. I talked about how they protected this little stormwater ditch, and across the street there's a sign that says no refueling. There was a sign that said water body instead of a wetland. But they're still, you know, driving through here. You know, I don't know whose land it is, don't know whether they bought it, whether they took it through eminent domain, whether they took it through federal eminent domain, but they put their little party favors back up because they were laying right over here next to this, what they call snowflake stuff. This hole, I'm sure, is marking water lines and different things, you know, because it says 77 inch. I don't know, it's got all kinds of information on it, but there's all kinds of utilities in here. And just down the road, probably less than a half a mile, is a Toho water facility, you know, a water treatment station that's going to be right next to this, whatever the Central Florida hub is, because I'm sure this site across the street is that Central Florida hub. And I may be actually walking on their land, but here's another little thing. I guess this is wetland right here, because here's those wetland delineation. Sorry, I don't pronounce that right, but one of the pickup trucks drove through here. There's the tracks. You know, they put this up to keep people from, you know, protecting this little tiny stream of water, but they don't protect our wetlands. And believe me, you should see the destruction they did with them chainsaws up there where that backhoe was stuck, where my video started. I'll get there by the end of the day. There's another one of those no refueling signs. I'd like to know how they're going to refuel all this stuff. Is it just they're not allowed to refuel right here next to the road? Or are they saying no refueling even back there on that property? Doesn't make much sense. And they've redone this. They've taken down the water body sign, but they've redone this and put a culvert pipe in. Since I was gone, you know, I had to go to work last week, and this culvert was not here last time I was here. Oh no, the water body is still here. It's water body. It says exit water body 01. But if you look through the trees, you can see the piles and piles of dirt and the dump trucks bringing it in. So they are still filling, which I'm assuming it was wetland, floodplain, you know. The signs of all the sand being filled in or brought in is a sign. And you can look across there, all the black dirt that's back in there. Black dirt is an indication of wetland. You know, you don't get black soils from the sandy hill on the ridge. And they are dewatering back there. Let me see if I can get that in the picture. Okay, yeah, the yellow right next to a backhoe, that's a pump, and the big white pipe goes out, they're dewatering. So definitely signs of wetland. And then the sound you hear is that blue and black crane. It's a pile driver. They're driving in, you know, pylons for some type of bridge. It's actually probably for the high-speed train. But, you know, nobody's even going to know this is here because you can't see it from the road. They've hidden themselves. You know, they take the land because it's for the public good, but then they hide themselves from what all they're doing. And that sign right there, it says wetland body or wetland something yard or wetland boundary. That's what I'm reading it backwards, you know, because it's facing them. They do have their silk screening up on that side of this water body, but there is no stormwater protection or the water protection, the silk screen fencing or silk screening. They call it many different things just to keep us confused. But on the exit side, there is no protections, none whatsoever. You know, just a bluff of trees so we can't see what they're doing. Anyway, I'm gonna pull on down the road and see what I find. Again, y'all have a great day. I'll be doing more.